So, to tell you a bit about why I want to do this investigation and the reason that it is so important to me and why I wanted to make this documentary in the first place is cancer came into my life in December 2013.
My name is Emily Clark, and unfortunately this week I've been diagnosed with cancer.
My sister was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma on precisely December the 21st, 2013. Since then, it's changed our lives in every way. You know, it's been 5 years now, and still is something that affects me every single day. She had chemo, she had lots of treatment, and she made remission twice, and we were very fortunate that she did reach remission after only a few months of treatment. And then just under a year later, after she'd gone back to school, you know, her hair was growing back, she was excited, you know, about applying for university and carrying on with her A-levels, she relapsed.
And now I'm starting again, so this week is, the beginning of my second cancer journey.
Unfortunately, on day 415, we lost my sister because of complications to a transplant. That is why this documentary is so important to me, and why I want to look at the emotional support that people receive, because it is so important. I started by doing research into the big charities, the well-known charities like Macmillan and Cancer Research UK and Marie Curie. Do they offer any emotional support? What kinds of support is available? After doing some charity work recently and a lot of fundraising with Maggie's, I decided to start looking at what support they offer in all their different cancer centres. Me and my film crew decided that because Maggie's solely focus on the emotional support of cancer patients, their family and their friends, it was crucial to go and visit one of their Maggie centres. We got to visit the Maggie Cheltenham Centre. It was such a beautiful home and such a cleverly designed building that it felt completely opposite to anything a hospital ever would. Maggie Keswick-Jenks lived with advanced cancer for 2 years. During this time, she used her knowledge and experience of being an architect to create the first Maggie Centre. One of the most eye-opening, I would say, experiences I've had was getting to be a part of Maggie's choir. And I didn't really know what that would be like. And it was just so nice. No one mentioned that they had cancer, or it wasn't a big deal, you know. Every single person there had a totally different background. At our time at Maggie's, we got to speak to some very inspiring people from all different ages, all different backgrounds, all different cancers. Some of them had been coming to the centre for 2, 3, some even 8 years. And some were brand new. There were some people that went every week, and there was other patients who just went when they felt they needed it, or they needed someone to talk to that wasn't a family member. They wanted to share their story with people who perhaps didn't know them before.
This is the type of place that you need to be able to come here and talk to people who are like-minded, who understand, who sympathise, empathise. Everybody here is non-judgmental. Everybody knows what you're going through. When you go through it, it's tough enough. You need somewhere where you can go, where you don't feel quite so bad.
Yes.
Because I think when you go through something like this, it changes your perspective on life. I think it changes what becomes important. It shapes your life. It doesn't actually save your life. It shapes your life of what you think is right, what you want to do. And so I started coming here, came to the choir, and the choir originally was only about 7, 8 of us, and it's grown since then.
Later on, we'll conspire as we dream by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland.
Oh, perfectamundo, well done, well remembered.
This wall is like all the activities they do for hundreds of different people. Like, they have men's makeup lessons for men who want to stay looking amazing, even though they've got cancer. They have young women's group who are just for young people, like young women who've got it. They have all different groups that are just for specific types of cancer, so you can speak to people who have the same cancer as you. They have like relaxation lessons and yoga, and everything is like purposely planned for people, like so specifically. I'm gonna go in the library now, and this library is amazing. Like, they always tell you don't Google anything, but then where do you get your information from? But Maggie's library, that is where you get your information from about your cancer. Follow me. They have like how you eat healthy and how are you actually feeling. Like, they have all the Macmillan stuff, like everything the Macmillan do for support as well. They have like young person's guide to lymphoma, which would have been perfect for my sister. And no doubt if she was here, she'd be on the front cover. So what makes Maggie's so different and so special as a cancer charity is that every single centre is centred around a kitchen table where anyone can go and sit and talk to anyone, whether it be someone else with cancer, whether it be a professional, whether it just be, you know, a complete stranger.
It was a blueprint of what she wanted, and the idea of a centre where it's for everybody affected, it's for as long as you want it to be, for any type of cancer, it has to be free, and it creates an atmosphere that people come in here, and she wanted people to come in and feel like it's home from home, and I think the majority of the people do come here actually feel that.
Look what this says, making the biggest difference for people with cancer, and that is exactly what Maggie's does. I'm very aware not every day is positive, you know, with going through something as awful as cancer is, but I think just being in a Maggie centre, everyone is just so positive, and we definitely got, you know, we got that, and we felt that ourselves, and I think, you know, after spending a day there, we left and we definitely felt that, you know, cancer doesn't have to be so scary when Maggie's is involved, and when you do have a Maggie centre. You know, there's so many people who haven't got a Maggie centre, and they're so crucial, and well, it's not even just Maggie's, it's just emotional support is so vital, and for someone even just to go, are you okay? You know, how do you feel? I think can mean everything to someone. And I think hospitals lose that, and doctors, you know, they forget that as well, that it is more than just the treatment, you know, cancer is affecting a whole person.